Up in Adams, live from the NFL offices, a week away from kickoff. I'm staring at a beautiful SoFi. I would show it to you, but the lighting's not as good as it is on this side. As you see, maybe in these shadows behind me. We have a huge show today. Oh my gosh. I got to chop it up with Aidan Hutchinson, who is a werewolf mixed with a ballerina dancer, mixed with a cornhole champion. And we got a little real. We got a little retrospective. It's full steam ahead for week one at Lambeau. What is that going to feel like? What's it going to look like? Should Jordan Love be terrified? We have all these things to get into. And we'll also chat with, I love this, we've got Heisman Trophy winner, national champion, two-time Pro Bowl quarterback Vince Young ahead of this insane Texas-Ohio State showdown. And former Pro Bowl running back, one of my good friends, the newly retired celebration of Latavius Murray, hanging it up, sad about it, but love him. He played with Lamar, Josh Allen, Drew Brees. We'll get into all of that and so much more. One week away from kickoff. I can't wait. Here's what's going to happen. Big game, of course, on Thursday. Get to FanDuel Sportsbook. Get your stuff done. It's Cowboys. It's Eagles. We are 8 days away from Chiefs Chargers. That showdown in Brazil. I will be there. I'm so excited. And then I believe I fly back, Matthew Hamilton, sometime between the game Friday night and I'm going to watch Davante Adams' debut Sunday before me at SoFi Stadium here in Inglewood, California. I believe it's the Texans on the docket. They will be playing here. I'm going to go check out. Davante's got a lot going on that Sunday, but I will be part of the family supporting him and watching him take the field against the Texans and company. I'm very excited because we get to see Davante Adams versus Stingley with a load of games following these two primetime games to kick it off. Let's effing go.
And that was one of Davante's most memorable games last year, was that matchup against the Texans on Thursday Night Football. So really excited for that one. And I'm glad you have an actual tenuous handle on your schedule so far. That's better than usual. At least you have a general idea of where you're supposed to be and when.
No itinerary. I just ran into Bill Henschel in the hallway. He sends his love to you, Hammy. He's almost, it's 8 a.m. here on the West Coast, so he's almost done with his day. So insane. But we are going to get to what is going on. We have a huge show. We can't lollygag here for too long here. We've got Vince Young, Latavius. Vince Young's on the show. I'm so excited about this. I'll show you my interview with Aidan Hutchinson. Lions fans, I know that you're hungry. I know you've got everything going on. And we'll talk about the Strahan record. We'll talk about the DPOY chances. Does he downplay it like he sometimes does? I don't know. I'm not getting that vibe. I'm getting the feeling that he is embracing every little bit and wanting every little bit. So we've got so much to get to. And here it is, without further ado, set to make his return at Lambeau 330 days later after suffering that knee-ending injury. Does he want to talk about that? No. Does he want to talk about kicking ass? Yes. Pro Bowl defensive end for the Detroit Lions, entering his fourth year in Detroit, the human motor himself. Some call him a werewolf. Aidan Hutchinson, how do you feel about that nickname from some of your teammates?
Yeah, I don't know. The werewolf, I don't know if I really resonate with it, but if it becomes a thing, I guess I gotta own it.
Maybe it has something to do with your hair. Are we taking this flow into the season?
Yeah, the flow will be leaving us due to superstitious reasons, and yeah, I had to grow it out for a different marketing idea, and now it's done, and now we're gonna top it.
What's the superstition, Aidan?
I just have this thing that whenever I have long hair, I feel like I don't attract sacks, and because a couple years ago I cut it, and right when I cut it, I got a sack, and I told myself from that moment on, I will forever have short hair when I play football, during the season at least.
Yeah.
So.
Okay, so short hair always. Lions fans hear this. And NFL quarterbacks, good luck to you. You haven't been on the field in a minute, and we'll get into all of this. But I do want to say, you are amazing. Spin move check, singing voice check, ballerina check, explosive off the edge check. You might not get enough credit for your acting moves, my guy. Congratulations on the continued partnership with State Farm. I love the ad.
Thank you so much. Yeah, it's my second year being with State Farm now. Last year's was really fun, but this year's we had the C captain and we had the football captain. And it really goes to show that having insurance isn't the same as having State Farm. I really was embodying State Farm and I was the real deal. And the C captain was not.
Yes, he was certainly not. It's always so fun to watch these. They're really iconic, and you really are a tremendous actor in them. When you were doing these scenes with this wily sea captain, did any of this swashbuckling way remind you of Dan Campbell at all? Do they have anything in common?
Yeah, not too much besides like a nice gruff voice, but besides that, just not too much in common.
I was at practice. I didn't see you because it was a very intense indoor practice, and
Hmm.
I couldn't hear you over Kelvin Shepherd, your new DC, been in the building, so this man is he's a little wild. He's a little wild.
He's intense. He may be a werewolf for all I know, but
Yeah.
he's very fiery, and very vocal. He'll let you know if something's on his mind, and he's been great though. Really, really solid for us.
What is his stamp on this defense? The one thing that's like his thing.
I think he's been one of the most intelligent coaches on our staff since I mean he's been here since I've been with him. So he's really we've been able to grow a really good relationship, and I'm hoping that I mean I've seen it so far, but that relationship already has really carried us forward to this point, and it's going to help, especially when we hit any kind of adversity this year.
Speaking of adversity, I kind of love, and I was intrigued as just a human being in watching you answer a question about your injury during the preseason because you seem very over it. You've moved on a lot sooner than any of us have moved on. We're still
Right,
curious about it. So what it made me think just as a human being is like, no, Aidan's like been okay for a long time, and now he's just
right,
trying to get
right.
fit to get out there. Can you sort of pinpoint as much as you can the moment, the week, whatever, the moment that you knew that you were 100%?
Yeah, it's funny that you picked up on that because that became a thing. Even when I got cleared for, full physical activity, that was weeks before OTAs. And
Yeah.
so when I started practicing in OTAs, people were like, Aiden, are you going to be out there? Are you going to be, even when I was out there, they're like, oh, he's not out there like for real. Like he's not out there 100%. And I'm like, yes, I am. Like, like, I'm okay, guys. We're good. Like, I'm over it. So even being in OTAs and I haven't missed a practice since being back, it's like, I felt 100%, and yeah, I think I'm over it. I think people need to see me back in action for them to get over it.
Was it right before OTAs? Was it after the season? Like when were you like I'm over it as far as physically being 100%?
Well, we got cleared a few, weeks before OTAs,
Great.
so it was kind of probably in that time frame. I don't remember the exact date, but yeah.
Yeah. I'm thinking about your how excited I am for you to have this season because it has been 329 days since your last game, since you last
Mm,
sacked a quarterback named Dak Prescott. So much has happened since then. Then I was thinking, and caught up with Jared Goff with quarterback and Netflix, and just what happened last year to end that season, and you're on the sideline for that, but you're feeling somewhat close to 100% because you're like, I can go in the Super Bowl,
right,
and then
right.
it gets taken from you, and there has to be a bit of helplessness. So I'm just wondering if you could paint me the picture to spin it forward because we're done with the past. It's Lambeau.
Mm,
It's week one. It's been
mhm.
329 days. You're lined up, Packers on their own 25, opening drive. It's 3rd and 10. What does that feel like? How does that go?
Yeah, that's a good picture right there. That's that one and they creates a lot of fire in my soul right there. So yeah, it's gonna be so much fun. I mean, football is what I love to do. It's hopefully on that 3rd and 10 I'll get a sack and then we can dance ourselves to the sideline and then call it a day.
I was thinking, I was like, poor Jordan Love, because it doesn't matter who the quarterback is. It's just Aiden not getting to play for that long and feeling as great as you feel. And I'm hearing from everybody that you're better this year. Your defensive coordinator, he's saying you're better this year. How did you get better this year?
I'm growing and I'm evolving every single year. I'm 25 years young. We have a lot of growth to be had. So I think if I wasn't getting better every year, it would be no bueno.
I'm trying to think of the hole I could poke into the Lions, and the Ben Johnson thing doesn't exactly thrill me. I don't want to talk about that. I think it might be this Hutch rule. I think it might be
Mm, mm.
like it's being used in practice. If you're blowing up every play, Aiden, how is this offense ever going to get it together or get in rhythm?
They were getting in rhythm. They were doing their thing here and there. I was just we were getting after it this training camp. I'll just we can put it at that.
You led the league in sacks, quarterback pressures to start last year, which we love. You were on pace for, of course, that 25 and a half sacks last year before the injury. How often do you think about the Strahan record?
Every year it's a goal, every year. And last year it was looking like a real goal for a second there, or it was looking very, very attainable. So, I mean, from here on out, every time I start the season, I'll be chasing that record.
When I say Aidan Hutchinson, DPOY, where does your head go?
It's amazing. It was, again, you talk about all the goals you want to achieve as a player, obviously that being one of them. And, uh, being up there and achieving that, especially with the comeback, I think it'd be a dream come true.
I love that. I have to ask you about the ad because we obviously started talking about it. It's always funny, always iconic. You guys always crush it. State Farm is on top of their game. We've seen your dancing skills, the ballerina. You didn't do much movement in this one. When are you convincing State Farm to do a cornhole ad, as you are the self-proclaimed best cornhole player on the planet?
Oh, your team really did some digging there, huh? Because that was some old stuff right there. Yeah, that the cornhole ad might have to be coming soon. I like that a lot. I'm actually gonna play cornhole this weekend too. Funny you say that. I already got something lined up. I gotta throw some bags.
What does that mean, lined up? You have plans to play cornhole
I
this
got
weekend?
people. I got people to play with, and I have time, and we get the weekend off. So it's a very, very. I mean, I just have to. I gotta play. Yeah.
You're not a werewolf. Listen, Gibbs. Listen, Montgomery. Werewolves
No.
don't run around ballerina and singing and I guess maybe, yeah, and playing cornhole all week. But I'd like to see that you and Jake in a new State Farm ad
Mm,
doing that. Okay, the end of the Micah Parsons story still being written. Got to ask you before you go.
mm.
How would he look in a Lions uniform? What would that look like?
What'd you just say? Micah in a Lions uniform? Is that the rumors going
Yeah,
around?
yeah.
There's no way. I don't know, man. I mean, it'd be great to play with him. Don't get me wrong, but I think I mean, he's gonna get his deal. He'll get his deal done.
He's going to go somewhere in the NFC North. And I was curious, like, you two together would be a pretty insane.
Oh, he's gone. He's gone. Am I am I
No, we
missing
don't.
something? Have
We
I
don't
not heard
know.
anything?
We don't know. It's the story is still unwritten.
Hmm. Okay. Yeah. Well, hey, trust me, it'd be a dangerous combo if we were together. But I don't know. I don't think he'll get his deal done. That's what I think.
That's what
That's
I
my
think too.
prediction.
That's what I
Yeah.
think too. Okay, we love you in the captain spot. You are incredible. Congrats on the continued partnership with
Mm.
State Farm. Everybody, go get your State Farm, and good luck to Jordan Love.
Thanks so much.
I thought he might shy away from the DPOY Strahan conversation just because I feel like he usually does. And he's like, oh, I just want to get better. He did not. He did not. This is like, if I was to rank a most shot out of a cannon player to kick off 2025, it's hard to, probably the Chiefs and some of those explosive weapons and how they ended the season. But I think it's Aiden. I think Aiden had to stand on that sideline and watch his team take an L when there's an argument to be made if he's there and he's healthy, they win that game. They get past the Commanders. He's standing there getting ready to play in the Super Bowl. He's talking about running in a pool in December trying to get better. He's embracing the chase of DPOY. Comeback player of the year. I didn't even bring that up. He brought it up. The Strahan record. It's always a goal. It's right in front of him. And I love that. I do want to put it into perspective, the level, the path he was on before the injury. Over the last 7 games Aidan had played, he has played, actually. He has 12 and a half sacks. That is the most over a 7-game stretch by an edge since J.J. Watt over a decade ago. The most by anyone since Aaron Donald 7 years ago. So 3 of the 4 guys on this list, 1 DPOY, by the way, and I think Aidan is coming soon. I cannot wait to see him put it all together. And yeah, it doesn't matter if it was Jordan Love, if it was Aaron Rodgers, if it was whoever they're facing week 1, they're going to have to deal with a guy who is, I believe, the hungriest to start the season in the NFL. Okay, up next, Vince Young is doing everything for Texas. I'm a huge Sark fan. I can't believe I didn't see you when I was in Austin. We're not going to dwell on that. We're here and now and looking ahead to taking down Ohio State this week. What do you mean? Is that mic a bite out?
The bites are going to be going out. Yeah.
No, something's out. The injury's a non-story, people.
You know, it's funny that you picked up.
I will tell you right now, Hamilton, he's been saying he's 100%. That wasn't the context of this, right? Here's the caption. The injury's a non-story, people. Aidan Hutchinson says he's totally 100%. I mean, he said that 90 times. That's definitely not the... We're making fun of people asking if he's 100%, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so can we repost that? I'm not going to have time to redo things today.
Gotcha.
Do you think I'm wrong? Who's more ready? Who's your shot out of a cannon player? Mahomes?
Yeah, for me, it's Mahomes, but Aiden's right there. I mean, you can tell he's just itching to get back out there. And I really do think he's going to pick up right where he left off and just
I would
make
give
a run
it,
at a defensive player of the year.
Yeah. I mean, Josh Allen is going to be unbelievable out the gate too, I think, as far as like, Josh Allen does not want to like speak about anything. You know what I mean? He's gone through a whole thing in his offseason, big offseason, obviously for him personally, all those things. But
yeah,
that is somebody who, if we were doing like a heartbroken ranking from last year, he's there.
Yeah.
Do you think he really hadn't heard the Aidan thing or the Micah thing at all?
It's hard to believe because it's been floating out there for so long. It's hard for me to believe that was the first time that's come up.
But he was really like, what?
Yeah. He's just so locked in.
Don't let another team in the NFC North get him.
Yeah. They have even more cap space than the Packers do, so.
I know. Did you listen to Goody's thing?
No, I didn't.
He doesn't subscribe to the idea that one player can change, that you're one player away.
I'll have to Reggie White and Charles Woodson. I'm just saying.
Speaking of being heartbroken, that'll be him if the deal doesn't happen. Anyway, Here we go. I'm excited about Texas. Let's do it.
Let's go.
Vince Young looks, runs, throws, it's caught for a touchdown. What a throw by Vince Young. He dropped it right in the basket. There he goes. Bow, bow, bow.
2 Pro Bowls, 2006, I do believe, Offensive Rookie of the Year, national champion, winning a ring with Texas in 2006. Vince Young, it's so good to see you.
Yes, ma'am. How you doing, boss lady? I see you kicking butt all over TV and everywhere.
I see you kicking butt all over. You're going to bring Texas to a title, huh?
Not me. I mean, I wish. I want to play.
Not by playing, but I feel like, yeah. I feel like
when
you're
I go back
impacting
to the
this
facility and see all the new stuff that they have over there, I'll be like, can I sign over again?
What do they have that you like? What's going on over there?
Just the facility. I mean, everything. I mean, everything they're doing, how they recruit. I mean, it's just unbelievable. Even with the basketball team, volleyball team, everything about that campus is so beautiful. I mean, if I was a young man, young lady, I'd be like, where do I sign?
But you have been close to the team. You still are. The past 4 years, you're a special assistant in their athletic department. You work close with my favorite NCAA coach, Coach Sark, and it's like a cultural thing you're taking on and helping, right? Like you're dealing with players one-on-one, I'm sure, on the football field and beyond. What's the most rewarding part of that?
Well, just being around the guys and seeing they growing and having fun, and kind of like just being there as a one of the guys that went through the same thing they went through. So I definitely understand what they're going through. It's a little bit different with the NIL and all the stuff that they have going on, but at the same time, being one of those guys that walk that campus and know how big it is to play football at the University of Texas, I understand. So it's fun just to be there, for them guys to talk to, laugh with, all of the above. Anything they may need, I just want to make sure I be there for them.
Who is your Vince Young? Who'd you have like that in your corner that you could go to one-on-one best advice? Who's that? Rest in peace, Steve McNair. That's my guy. I went to his football camp in high school and had an opportunity to meet him. He pulled up in a black Navigator, and we was like, who is this with his tent? And like, it's really nice. And then the window goes down real slow. Then it's Steve McNair, and we all just go crazy. Like, just a big fan because I'm from Houston. I watched him get, picked up for the Oilers and things like that. And to have an opportunity to go to his camp and then meet him, I thought it was pretty cool. I love that. And I should have known that, of course. I love that you're joining me ahead of this huge, huge game. Maybe the most anticipated game of the weekend. It is, right? Maybe the entire college football season. Number 1, Texas. Congrats on that. Up against number 3, Ohio State. Now, the last time the Longhorns played in Columbus, you were the quarterback, Vince. So what do you remember from this game-winning drive?
Wow. A hostile environment. AJ Hawk, please block this guy. But, it was a great game. I think they had never lost a night game ever. I don't even know why they had us playing them in the night game, but it was just a lot of stars on that team from both sides of the ball. And I know that if we was to go into there and win that game, like Coach Brown always said, that's who's going to go to the national championship, because both teams had a really good team, great coaching staff, great tradition, a lot of history. And, it came down to one play. Like Coach said, whoever get the last stop, that's who will win the game. And then that happened. Lama Swede caught a good touchdown in the back of the end zone. And
you threw a good touchdown.
Well, I just kind of put it in the area for big Lama Swede. So, he was one of those players that we had to stay on for a long time until he came out his cup. So we was happy to see him score that touchdown. But it was just a great play and great throw, like you said, at that type of moment.
There was we can't show the footage because of whatever rules, but it was 2:37 on the clock. It was close, clutch, 24-yard touchdown to Swede. That puts you up, I think, 23-22, and then you win the game after a safety. It was such an iconic performance. In the moment, did you know that?
No, not really. When you playing a game, you just want to do your job. And that's what I do. One of the things that my teammates know, that I was going to be consistent. They can believe in me. They can count on me, and vice versa. When I'm playing with my teammates, that's what I try to bring out of them. Like, hey, you made a mistake. I made a mistake. We all going to make mistakes. But at the end of the day, let's play together, have fun, and win a ball game. And that's what we did. If
we're looking at this matchup now, Ohio State, Texas, there's been a lot of turnover on both sides, as I understand. A lot of ups and downs, a lot of change. Both squads are only returning 9 starters apiece. What is Texas's biggest advantage in this one?
Well, I can say their defense. Texas defense is going to be really good. They got a lot of great players. We got some guys in the transfer portal as well. So, yes, we lost a couple guys, but we also gained some more talent as well. And we always have talent, and not in just at the first string, second and third string guys are really good. So I really feel like our defense is going to be a major factor for us. And then if we run the ball, and then we got a guy named Arch Manning that's excited to play right now because he's been sitting there waiting. I've been on the sideline watching him. Sometimes I look like he was going to just push Quinn to the side like, I got it. That's how much he wanted to play. So I'm excited to see him play this year.
I mean, a lot's being put on Arch right now, going into his first year as the starter there. Texas with the #1 ranking. They're the favorites to win it all. He's the Heisman favorite. He's expected to be the #1 overall pick if he declares. Yeah, I like an undersell, oversell situation. I don't love all the hype. I don't love that. From what you're seeing and from what you lived, you're the perfect person to ask this. Are these expectations reasonable, and how's he handling them?
Well, I mean, it comes with it, playing a quarterback at the University of Texas. You're going to get those things. You're going to get all the accolades. You're going to get all the publicity and all of the above. But in the same time, you don't really feed into that. You kind of just focus on what you can focus on. And that's what he's doing. He's a very humble kid. He's funny. He dances. He enjoys life. His teammates loves him. The student section, the school loves him. I mean, I really feel like he's one of those kids that he's been in some situations, if you know what I mean, from his uncles, the Mannies, and then his dad as well. So, for being around that all his life and seeing how the way they carry themselves, he's doing the same way with his own swag. And I like it, man. And I'm really proud of the young man because of the fact that he's taking charge. He knows what to do. And I really feel like I believe in him. I know his teammates and coaching staff as well, and the whole entire Texas fan base does. So everyone is looking forward to it. Even the ups or downs that he's going to have, we're going to be all there with him to support him.
What do you think he should do? Should he enter the draft early?
I think he should do what he wants. That's what I can say. I mean, that's a good kid. That's a young man, does it all right. I really feel like he has the best guys, some mentors, and people who give him advice for that. I'm going to stay out of that. I'm just going to be that guy on the sideline, punch him in the chest, loving him, squeezing him, and telling him I love him, and go out there and have fun and kick some butt. That's what I'm going to be doing
What sets him apart?
On the low.
My producer want me to ask you who you could compare him to, but you just said it. He's unique. He does his own thing. I like that. Yeah. That's what you sort of harped on there. What is the thing that sets him apart? We know he plays a bit of a different style of football, especially from his uncles. He's athletic. He's mobile. What sets him apart where you're like, that's his defining quality?
I like that he has his own swag. He has that it. When he walks into the room, everybody knows. You knows who he is. I love that about him because he's not one of those guys, it's kind of similar to me, not big-headed. He is just so humble that he's to the point like he doesn't pay attention to that. He pays attention to just having fun with his teammates, being goofy, dancing. I mean, I was throwing the ball the other day on the football field, and he came out there like, "Oh man, can you still throw it?" I was like, "Well, you better watch your mouth, man." So that type of thing to me, when you have that in your character, it's not too big for you. I love that he has his own swag, man, and a lot of kids don't have that. A lot of kids probably get shy about the moment or can't handle the moment, but he's taking it all in and he's using what he's supposed to do, is use his teammates and his playing to let that answer all the questions for everybody else. So I really feel like that it factor is really good for him.
Vince, can you still throw it?
Yeah, you want to find out?
Yeah, I do. Yes.
I saw you catching a couple balls.
Invite me down to a game or a practice.
Well, I'll be in LA in a minute, so I'm gonna come over there and throw the ball with you.
Okay, we'll go to the beach, throw the ball around. I'd love that.
Get a sand workout.
Yes, I would love that. In honor, listen, Cam Ward, obviously, we're talking quarterbacks here. He's getting his first start. He's making his Titans debut in just a matter of days. Will you take me back to your first touchdown of your NFL career? Oh. Let's take a look. This one we have, I believe.
Wow. Against the San Diego Chargers.
Walk me through
Drew
this.
Bennett, baby. Drew Bennett, baby. My guy. Yeah, it feels good, man. To get that out the way, because you definitely got it in your mind when I'm going to get my touchdown in, and to finally get it, to say that I can make a pass and a touchdown pass in the NFL, which is not easy because you got so much talent out there. Just to get that off your belt, that's one of the good things about the NFL. So I know Ward is out there doing what he's supposed to do, preparing himself to play. I mean, he's a Texas boy, so he did what he's supposed to do to get to that position. And the things that I'm hearing, that he works his butt off. And you can't coach that. When you got a kid that wants it and going out there to earn the respect of the veterans and the coaching and the organization, that's big. You don't have to wait on it. He already has it. So I'm I'm happy to hear that for the whole Titans organization.
I have no questions about him. There are some questions about what's surrounding him, right? Pieces, the organization, whatever. Do you feel like he's in a good place?
Yeah, I feel like he is. I mean, Titans, if you know Titans in football, they don't want all the big hoopla guys anyway. They like the guys that's the underdogs, which I had when I played there. Guys that's going to come out there and play football and do what they're supposed to do. You don't have to tell them what to do. They want it anyway. So to have guys like Kenny Britt when I was there, Chris Johnson, man, Lindell White, Keith Bullock, Albert Hainsworth, $100 million man. To have these guys there.
Vince, how can he be an underdog? This is the #1 overall draft pick.
I'm talking, you asked about what's around him. That's what I mean. That's what's going to make him better, because he have guys that's not a #1 draft pick, not the top players that's coming out in the draft. He has guys that's around him that are hungry, that want to play, that want to, earn their stripes in the NFL. So when you have those type of hungry people around you, it makes your job easier as a quarterback, because of the fact everybody's focused on me, but you didn't focus on this guy over here, my wideout, or this DB, these type of things. So when you have that, you can go on and float underneath the radar. You play even better when you got guys like that.
He's got a really tough week 1. He's got to make his first start against these Broncos. #1 defense likely, right? The defensive player of the year, Pat Surtain, lockdown corner. When I watch this game, what will be success? Like, he's to get out of that game, and what's the one thing where it's like, okay, we're on the right track. Good debut.
Yeah, just the main thing is just getting guys out the huddle on time. Getting the snap right, calling the right formation, make sure you don't get no delayed game. Don't make sure you get an outside penalty, things like that, false starts. That's the main thing. And then after that, once you get hit one time, once you get tackled, now you're like, okay, I can play this game. After you make your first completion, like, a lot of people feed into it a little bit too much because you are a young guy, but in the same time, like, after you just start playing, doing what you know that you're good at, the game comes easy to you. And then if you prepare yourself with your great coaching staff, offensive coordinator, I really feel like, this kid already has tremendous confidence in himself. So once he gets started, like I said, get that tackle in, I think you're going to see why the Titans drafted him.
Love that. When I went down to Austin, I really liked Coach Sark. Like, I get why he's this head coach. He just the way
And
he
did you go by the
kicks
VY Steakhouse when you was in town?
You didn't tell me to. No, I went to some a best damn burger place. No, not a damn something burger place.
Dan's
it was
burger,
good.
yeah.
It was good. That was it was like $90, but it was good. No, I'll have to go next. I want to come to a game. I don't know. Which game should I come to?
I think the Vanderbilt game is going to be really good.
Okay.
A lot of people sleeping on that game, but again, Diego Pelvi is a really good quarterback, so we got to watch him a little bit.
Okay, I'll grab Jay Cutler. We'll take a drive down there and we'll go to that game.
Jay, I haven't seen him in a while.
That'll be fun. Great. Okay, so when I was down there, I was like, okay, now I'm a Texas fan. I get it. I like the culture. I like everything that's going on there. And then I loved Matthew Golden in the draft process. I loved the story, the moment, being in Green Bay, hearing his name. And then I've talked to him quite a bit here and how he's fitting in. Of course, he's just ready. And that's Sark, I think, right? Like, he is that guy and he's ready to go. Beyond the talent, like, what is the secret, if you can share, with how Sark gets these guys so NFL ready?
Well, Coach has been through the ups and downs. And when you know his story, he went through his own adversity. So when the players get over there to see that he's just a human being, just like him, just like the rest of us, it makes you want to play better. You buy into what he's teaching, what he's feeding you. He's getting you NFL ready. He's calling outstanding plays for you to, make adjustments when you see certain coverages. So he's preparing you for the pros, on the college level. So the things that Golden did, when I saw him at U of H when we played him the year before, I was like, man, And then I heard that he was transferred. I'm like, man, we need to go get that guy. So when we had the opportunity to go get him, you know, it was a blessing to see him on the football field, man, because he was a game changer. When I mean made plays, could nobody hold him. He took it in, took all it in as a young man, and he made the best of it. And I'm really happy to see him in Green Bay, you know, where he's going to definitely shine, because that's a organization that really cares about people, and they really care about you as a player as well.
Are you telling me that you're the reason Golden was at Texas?
No, I wasn't the reason. But when I heard that he was in the transfer portal, you know, I did say some things to some friends.
Okay.
We better go get this young man.
That's huge, and he does that. And I think he should be named and will be named, and it'll be obvious that he's the wide receiver one out there in Green Bay.
Yes.
They don't like to do that, but I think he's the one. I mean, they better give him the ball every
Well,
drive.
he earned it.
He
earned it. He earned it. He definitely earned it.
They're trying to keep him a secret. I think it's funny because I don't think he like needs to be kept under wraps, but they're like, he's good, but you know, they're doing that like rookie keep him a secret thing, but it won't be a secret. I don't think much after
that's a good
one.
thing. That's the underdog part. Like, you know, Cobbs was one of those guys that was underneath the radar. Yeah. And then all of a sudden he got that chemistry down with A-Rod, and the rest was history after that.
It's very true. Now, you accomplish a lot in your NFL career. Watching the highlights, all of it's so fun. 2 Pro Bowls, Rookie of the Year, 31-19 record as a starter. But I've heard you say, I mean, you've been honest, vulnerable, vocal about how the NFL was not a fun, like an enjoyable experience for you, right? That football somehow stopped being fun in that way. Do you think, Vince, that it would have been different if you came into the league during this era of the NFL? Coaches tailoring offenses around quarterbacks instead of forcing them to fit their system. Like, would it have been better for you now?
Well, I really feel like my story and my when everything happened to me, you know, it happened. You know, I can't go back and change anything about that. You know, this era is awesome. I can honestly say that. You know, to hear a lot of the young quarterbacks, you know, always mention my name and said, man, I just remember Vince Young, you know, in the national championship game and the things that he did in the short career he had in the NFL. And a lot of people said I was a little bit too early for my time, but, you know, everything happened for a reason. You know, I'm not saying that I want to take anything back. Everything happened, but to see guys how they are developing the game into a whole nother level, you know, out there using their legs, extending the plays, and seeing Lamar Jackson, my guy, MVP, and seeing Josh Allen and Patrick Mahomes, it's just fun to watch, you know, when you watch an NFL game. You know, guys are making plays off schedule. And that's sometimes that it's going to happen like that because the offensive line and things like that breaks down sometime in that pocket. And what can you do to extend that play or make a big play? And a lot of these guys at that quarterback position is doing that with their legs and extending the play. And I'd love to see that. So I want to continue to see that, not only just on the NFL level, I want to continue to see it in the high school levels, middle school level, Little League. I'd even see it in the Little League there as well. I just want to continue to see that, you know, that progress, that guys can throw the ball from the pocket and as well as move around and throw the ball as well. So it's fun to watch.
Yeah. I went to Mizzou, and my like my top producer on the show also went to Mizzou. Yeah. So I think we talk about this a lot. Where like, man, and I love it is evolution, and you were part of that. Like you were part of that, like sort of setting the tone for what it is now. You mentioned Mahomes, Lamar, Bo Nix last year, like coaches evolving, the NFL evolving, and embracing those traits and those like amazing superpowers and sort of being better and supporting the quarterback. I wish that you and Brad had that. Like, I feel like we were robbed of you and Brad just taking over the league if that had been the case back then.
Oh, yeah. You know, a lot of the things did happen, you know, but, you know, I really feel like we did our job. We did what we were supposed to do. We opened up doors for the next quarterback out there, the next young man. So, you know, Mike Vick did it for me. Steve McNair done it for me. Donovan McNabb, Randall Cunningham. You know, a lot of these quarterbacks opened up the door for me, and I wanted to do the same thing when I was my time to do it. And just to see that, it's good to watch. You know, even seeing Melrose down there in Seattle. Yeah. You know, he was one of the quarterbacks that was scrutinized a lot. But to see that what he can bring to the table, it's all about winning. That's what it's about, trying to get to that Super Bowl. And when you have talent like that at that position that touches the ball 99% of the time and then also can pick it, read plays and pick guys apart, it makes it tough for a defensive coordinator. So I know they back right now. They're like itching their head, like, what I'm finna do this year to stop this young man. And, they still trying to figure out Patrick Mahomes right now.
No, you're wrong. We're taking a short TV break here, still hanging out with Vince Young. You're wrong about that. People are sleeping on Patrick Mahomes, Vince. People think he's done. People think the dynasty is over.
I'm not sleeping.
Is that your pick? Give me
Don't you see my eyes wide awake right now?
Can I have who's going to the Super Bowl if you had to guess right now?
Who's going to the Super Bowl? Well, out the AFC, it's going to be between Lamar, Patrick, and Josh. And you gotta give respect to Joe Burrow. It's going to be, them guys are going at it. I can't pick one. If you can pick one, I'll pick myself. I will come out of retirement, get me some of that too. You know what I mean?
I feel like all the picks I see, no one's picking Mahomes. Who do you like out of the NFC?
NFC. Right now, you can't. You got to look at Detroit. They're a game away, and that city needs it. So they're not only playing for themselves; they playing for a whole entire city. For all the stuff that goes on, not just from the sports world, from the economy part of it. It makes you play harder. Kind of when Drew Brees and them won the Super Bowl for New Orleans with the Katrina, they wasn't just playing for New Orleans football team. They was playing for a whole city. And you can feel that energy out of Detroit right now because of the fact what's going on and haven't won a championship in a long time or never did. So you can feel that energy. So I'll say Detroit is going to always be over there. And then I can't never sleep on the 49ers. Those guys are always – Coach Shanahan, that's my guy. He's a UT guy. So he always got some stuff up his sleeve.
Drew Brees was on the show yesterday, and he actually said he said Detroit and Buffalo remind him of that year that he won, of course, and gave so much hope, and it was so much bigger than him. So I'd be down for a Lions-Bills Super Bowl would be unfreaking believable. Though the heartbreak on the side of the loser there, I don't know that I could take. Okay, last one for you. Texas defeats Ohio State if what?
If we win the red zone. We had a really bad red zone last year, so if we take care of the ball, don't turn the ball over, and depend on our defense, and when we get in the red zone and score, I think we'll come back to Austin with a nice little celebration.
Okay, we love seeing it. Good luck to you this weekend, this season, and I'll see you in Manhattan Beach.
Yes, don't forget about your workout, 7 a.m.
Is it barefoot? Do you wear shoes for that? I don't know.
Oh, yeah, you got to get the little fingery. What's the shoes called? I forget the name of them. They like socks, but shoes.
Yes, and maybe you should bring Mac Brown because you have a podcast with him, The Stampede. Everybody go listen. It's available on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and YouTube. We appreciate you.
Happy birthday, Mac Brown, Mac Daddy. He just had a birthday yesterday.
Mac Daddy. See you later.
Ready for the next, And they give it to Murray, and he breaks through. Slips a tackle and takes it in. And Murray catches a seam. 10-5, touchdown. Here goes Latavius Murray in for the score.
Just bring him in here. Give me that Latavius Murray. We've known each other for so long. I cannot believe you're retired. Why are you doing this to me?
Tell me about it. Do you feel old? You got to feel old knowing each other this long, and then I'm retiring and you're still in it. How do you feel?
You got to come join me. That's how I feel. I got to get, you announced your retirement July 31st. Congratulations on over a decade in the league, on the consistency, the hard work. Tay Train, congratulations. What does this feel like, though? Take me through the emotions.
I appreciate it. It still doesn't feel real. Like I still get the itch, even watching those highlights, seeing Vince talk about the game. Like it doesn't feel real, but I'm grateful, man. Played a long time, especially at the running back position. So, I get time to enjoy the kind of finer things. The grind is over now, and I get to sit back and enjoy a little bit.
Well, it was such a beautiful, long, successful career. Over 8,000 career scrimmage yards, over 61 total touchdowns. Very few running backs nowadays can say, could say, will say that they played as long as you. When you look back at your career, what are you proudest of?
Yeah, I think I definitely think his dad. I just think like my story and what where I came from, and to put together that long of a season, and really, and then just to be able to experience the amount of teams, the different fan bases, the coaches, like the players that I play with. It's a combination of everything, really. Like it's just been a ride, and it's I got a lot of experience from that, a lot of fun, a lot of stories, a lot of memories. So honestly, I got to say everything. Relationships with you, right? Good
Hmm.
morning, football, all those things, man. It's been a part of that journey, and so I can't thank it. I'm thankful.
You were a big part of my journey because, when we started Good Morning Football, me, Kyle, Peter, and Nate, we didn't really know what we were doing. We were fans, we were embracing the NFL, and you were a real moment for us. You were a real moment because you came on and you were yourself. You really were like maybe our first guest that broke the barrier of I'm real, you're real, let's connect. Like, let's connect these two things, the fans, the analysts, and the players. And I think Nate was such a huge part of that because there was some, recognition there. There was like the same team mentality from the Vikings. But you came on and we like convinced you to do a celebration when you scored. And when you did it, it was such like a moment for our show of like, we are here, we can do this. We want to like celebrate these things. It was like a top 10 moment over 6 years of mine doing that show for 3 hours a day. And so thank you for that, because that moment will never leave me. It will never be repeated. And you instantly became this like best friend of the four of us. And I'm sure you'll hear from them too, but like, we love you. We wish you the most success. We're so happy for you. And there's also like, let's just go back to 2016. I want you take me through this moment. This is probably your best career game, week 9 against the Broncos. What do you remember from this?
Yeah, just honestly, when you have these types of games, it just kind of feels somewhat like unreal. It's like in the moment, you're like, man, is this really happening? And you don't want it to end, but it was just one of those games where, man, it was time to take it up a notch. Like we were trying to make the playoffs and go deep into the playoffs that year. I think we still would have had Derek not got hurt, but
Ugh.
just a magical season that we were having, and just to be a part of that, right? To really impact that season, man, in that game, it was a special night for me.
Yeah. Were you surprised Derek walked away?
Yeah, it did catch me off guard, and it's crazy because he and I had text like a few weeks or a week or so before that, so I still feel like he got something in the tank too. Like I don't know if he's gonna come out of retirement, but it's like hold on, you know what I mean? Get that shoulder right. Let's get back to work.
We're doing Chiefs Chargers for YouTube. He's part of the broadcast, and that's come up on all the production calls. Like, are you going to be here? Are we sure we
Right.
got you locked on this? Or are you going to get a call from a team and come back? I think it was shot. I mean, Tyron was surprising when he did it to me. But all you old Saints are just leaving me. What's happening? And these are so many of your teammates. Derek, Tyron, like we just said, Armstead, Ryan Ramczyk, Micah Hyde. What has that been like? Are there text chains? Like, why? What are y'all doing to me?
I don't know. It is kind of like a domino effect, but like maybe it's just like I don't know. Maybe you get courage, you get some confidence, and it's kind of like, okay, yeah, I see it the same way, and so you just step out there. But I've been knowing and kind of thinking about it for some time now. But it was kind of scary announcing that, like knowing in my heart or whatever is one thing, but really telling the world like I'm really done kind of makes it more official. So it's a little bit scary.
So you're telling me that you're really done?
No, listen, if I'm gonna say this honestly, all jokes aside. If you were to sit here and tell me like, man, look, there are some guys that went down, we really need, some help. All right, coach, give me a few weeks, hit my line, and let's go to work. Now, I tell you, I still got it 100%, but it's just that part of mentally what it takes year in and year out, that part is I'm moving out of that phase.
You need one more touchdown to tie Hall of Famer Terrell Davis on the all-time list. You can't tell me that you're not itching to go do that.
Don't tell me something like that. Don't go bringing
Did you
up
not
the
know
stat.
that?
No, you guys got a stat person. You get to
Oh,
tell
I have
me all the time.
Hamilton. You know Hamilton. Hamilton's here.
Yeah,
Hamilton, here's
yeah.
what I need. Hamilton, first, can we find some interesting spots for January for Latavius? Ham, are you here? What are some interesting?
Love Latavius.
What's up, man? Hamilton,
Where
don't
could he
you're gonna
go?
force the issue now. Now I didn't know that Terrell Davis won, but let's hear what you got more.
Yeah, you want some landing spots in January? I mean, shoot, going back, reuniting with Lamar, getting in the backfield with Derrick Henry sounds kind of nice.
That'd be the biggest
The
backfield ever.
Bills with James Cook again. There gonna be some good opportunities
where
out
would
there.
you like to
we
go,
gotta get you
Latavius?
up there with TD.
Where would I like to go?
Yeah, like let's visualize you doing that. I mean, you need two. You need one more touchdown to tie. That's F that. I don't want you to tie. And you need 2 touchdowns. So we need to get 2 touchdowns for Tay Train. Are they playing against Denver at some time? Any fun team? Like, let's do that. Doing that in Denver. That's what we got to find. We got to find like an in Denver situation.
Yeah, I would definitely. You asked me. I would have to reunite. So
Okay.
Oakland, Minnesota, Bills, obviously, Denver, and just to get back with Sean again, New Orleans. So I'm into reunions right now, and I see a lot of them happening right now, which also gives you that itch. So yeah, I'm down to go back and get 2 in one game to go past TD and that.
I mean, the Vikings just reunited with Adam Thielen, your teammate of 2 seasons, which we love. Okay, and everybody's talking to me at once. I can't even look at all my producers are like, to make him go here, let him go. They just said Oakland. Oakland isn't a place anymore. Just because Latavius said
right?
Doesn't mean it's true. It's now Vegas.
They dating us again. Here we go. Oakland.
I know. Oakland.
Whole
What is that
city.
even?
Whole another state.
Do you like this Ashton Genty?
Oh yeah.
Can you give me a little bit on him? I mean, what's one thing that you really, really like about his game, maybe that he does differently than everybody else?
Well, I mean, I'm gonna be honest. To see the physicality, whenever that was a week or 2 ago, was, I thought that was something special. Maybe I didn't watch him a lot in college, but that physicality, knowing he's a home run hitter already, but to have that element of his, part of his game, and to be able to break that long one, he's gonna be dangerous for sure.
I feel like we need to get you back to Sean.
Don't you just love? So y'all were blessed for Sean to sit for a year and see him commentating. And I think y'all are like me in the sense you appreciate. I could listen to Sean talk.
I love him
all day. You know what I mean? So I got a lot of respect for him. Both Seans. I'll tell you, my favorite Sean, McDermott and Peyton. Those are my guys, man.
You played with such great teams. We got to get you back to one of these. I love this. I mean, you just mentioned McDermott. I mean, Josh Allen, Lamar, you played with both. I'm going to ask you a tough question here. Which one's getting past Mahomes this year?
Don't do that. Yeah, I heard you and Vince talking about this, man. And it's always tough because, who's going to be in a Super Bowl matchup? Let me just back up. Sorry. Because you have to, sometimes it's like, who do we want to see? Mm-hmm. But like, who's been there consistently? And so when he mentioned the 49ers, when he mentions KC, even Philly, right? Like, they've been there consistently. But of course, I gotta go with Buffalo. It's time, and I know we've been saying that every year, but they have to go through Pat once again. You know what I mean? I've lost to him plenty of times. You see it time and time again. But I definitely think Josh is obviously hit a whole nother gear, man. And, I want to see him do it.
We're in a break right now. Can you tell me what that gear is? Like, everyone says that, but what is that? Like, what is that gear?
Just watching that team last year, like and I showed Sean this. That was hard to watch. So I was there in 23, and then the next year, it's like you don't want to see a team just get that much better without you. It's almost like, oh man, was I part of the problem? So that's just me being honest. But it's one of those things where you have no choice but to respect the level that they took it. To lose your 1 and 2, but to have an offense that was more explosive, more touchdown. I guess almost all categories they damn near increased, and so that's that showed a lot on Josh is kind of taking the ranks and again taking this game to another level. So you really saw that and you really felt that.
I remember that game in 2023, the divisional round. You made really nice plays in that game. I don't want to hear this from you.
Yeah. Well, if I listen, this is how I looked at that. If I was the leading receiver in that game, there's a problem. I'm just gonna be honest. I love me, but if I'm the leading receiver, got a problem.
Well, maybe to get past him this year. I love that. I know you're here with Endorphin. Can you tell me a little bit about that? Because it's like a performance nutrition. You take care of your body. You're ready to go to a team still. You're the co-owner in CBO. I'm so happy for you. What is this?
Yeah, so we have a nutrition product. It's protein, and it's a ready-to-mix bottle. It's very simple. You add water to it. The protein's already in it. It's a recyclable bottle, so you shake it up, drink it, toss it away. But look, I tried to take care of my body over the years. I think that's what helped me, keep my longevity. But it's definitely something that you guys need to go and check out. Go to endorphin.com. And yeah.
I love that. You're the president of the John Diaz Community Center Foundation. I know in New York you were doing all sorts of things, but guys, go get Endorphin. It's endorphin.com. You can also check out Latavius's insights into the UCF football program over at knights247.com, which I love. I always thought you should dabble in broadcasting. And you're gonna have to come on this show now until you decide to go back. We have a couple of seconds left here. Speaking of the Broncos, where you might be playing and passing TD's record as a Bronco, that would be really nice. Obviously, they have RJ Harvey there. I was with Sean at training camp, and he used the quote, "He doesn't have his wings yet." We were talking about his role. He was low on the depth chart. He's not like ready to name him the Joker that he's looking for. You know him so well. What does he mean by that, and what does that look like?
Yeah, that's Sean, man. RJ just gotta show him. He just gotta show him more and probably more consistently. And I just think that it's year one. He just wants to see it more and probably consistently. But yeah, as you mentioned, man, RJ, another UCF guy. I'm really rooting for them. Again, I love Sean. My boy Trent Sherfield's over there too. So, I'm pulling for him and definitely pulling for RJ.
Excited to see where you end up. You know what? I'm going to call it. It's going to be the Chiefs. I think you're not going to reunite. I think you're going to go to a new team and then have to face one of your old teammates. You got to take on Lamar, or you got to take on Josh. That's what I'm rooting for, the chaos of it all. Or Denver. That'll be fun. We love you, Tay-Tray. Congrats on your retirement.
Thank you.
I forgot love you. You're the best. We'll see you guys tomorrow, I guess. I don't know who's on, but it'll be exciting.